Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Monday the 12th of January. 2 people have been charged with murder after a man was fatally shot in South Auckland on Friday night. A 41-year-old man and a 27-year-old woman have been jointly charged after a man was found dead at a Balfour Road address in Manarewa around 11:10pm. Detective Inspector Karen Bright says police have been working hard to piece together the events leading up to the incident to identify and locate those involved. She says the investigation remains ongoing. The pair will appear in the Manukau District Court today. Ground crews are working to fully stamp out a large vegetation fire burning in Hawke's Bay. There's 45 personnel on the ground made up of fire and emergency and forestry workers. The blaze broke out before 6 yesterday evening on Waitara Road in Te Haroto and is currently 22 hectares in size, including 4 hectares of dock native bush. Earlier, fire and emergency contained a forest fire burning in rural Wairarapa, which caused a number of houses to be evacuated overnight. The evacuees are gradually being allowed to return. An international relations expert says anti-government demonstrations in Iran involve various grievances from protesters. More than 500 people have been killed since the protests began almost 2 weeks ago. Auckland University international relations expert Maria Amudian says they started because of the state of the economy and have now morphed into defiance against the current regime.
Then the trigger was a piece of legislation that was viewed as very corrupt, that was going to benefit the regime but harm merchants in the bazaar, Tehran's Grand Bazaar.
The Deputy Prime Minister says it's hard to argue with the numbers when it comes to the coalition's success. The National Act and New Zealand First government is entering the third and final year of its 3-year term. Polling shows it's in a close race with the Left Bloc ahead of this year's election. Deputy PM and ACT leader David Seymour told Andrew Dickens he understands the coalition has passed more legislation in the first 2 years than any other government has done in 3.
If we have been fighting like cats in a sack, it hasn't stopped us being very productive in terms of preparing laws and getting them through Parliament.
An industry professional wants to see more honest conversations regarding the options for drilling for natural gas. Expressions of interest to help increase the availability of natural gas, aided by the $200 million Gas Security Fund, opens today. The government says it's looking for proposals that accelerate the volume of gas to market as quickly as possible, including drilling off the coast of Taranaki. Energy Resources Chief Executive John Carnegie says it'll help New Zealand prosper in the future.
Burning imported coal to keep the lights on and businesses closing seems like a far worse scenario than using the resources under our feet.
To sport, interim Manchester United football manager Darren Fletcher has implored his players to harden up after Brighton knocked them out of the FA Cup 2-1. The Buffalo Bills have beaten the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-24 in NFL wildcard action. And Highlanders halfback Dylan Pledger has sustained an ACL knee rupture at training and will be out of rugby for an estimated 12 months. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5pm from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.